My Hero Academia is a show that's known for having amazing characters. Characters that just fascinate you with their superpowers, or that you just find so cool, or even characters that you find lovable, or just you want to connect with them. So, because of that, I'm taking my provisional license and my super suit, and we're gonna find out what are the top 10 My Hero Academia characters. And this list isn't subjective, it's hard facts. And if you don't agree with that, disagree with me in the comments section, and we'll find out who's the best superhero. Starting off the list at number 10 is everyone's favorite, Chomper. Not to be confused with Chopper. He's basically just a piranha plant that hopped out the warp pipe, and he's green, mean, and a killing machine. And I don't know if he has like a human head inside of that big Venus flytrap around his neck, but either way, this dude's sick. How could you not like him? Also, I found out by looking up on the wiki that this My Hero Academia phone game actually gave him his name and a real quirk ability, which I think is actually really cool, and the game actually looks pretty interesting. And to nobody's surprise, he has grass abilities. So he's basically just a Bulbasaur, but everybody likes Bulbasaur, so he's number 10. Next up at number 9 is Godzilla. Now, I literally shouldn't have to say anything to explain why Godzilla is on the list. I mean, he's Godzilla. He's big, he's mean, and he's wearing flame pants. Flame pants! You can't get better than that. The character design stops and starts at Godzilla. Sadly, he's only in the Two Heroes movie, so we never got the Godzilla story arc that introduces us to his loving family and how he came to acquire said flame pants, but otherwise, just by showing up on the screen, Godzilla has earned himself number 9 on this list. Next up at number 8 is a character that not actually a lot of people know of. He's very obscure and doesn't really appear a lot on the main screen. I'm of course talking about Spinner. I love Spinner because his existence within the league is just so fascinating to me. I mean, you have Flame Man, shoots flames out of his hands. You have a dude that can disintegrate you and the building that you walk in. You have somebody that sucks your blood and then can transmogrify herself into you. And then you have Lizard Boy to sell you insurance. And that's what makes Spinner amazing to me. Also, he learned to drive in GTA, and, I think everybody could take a page out of Spinner's book. And, a lot of people get flack for liking Spinner. They say if you like Spinner, then you might have a dent in your brain. But I just want to let all the Spinner lovers know that you are safe here in this safe space. So, Spinner belongs at number 8. Next up at number 7 is Monster Cat. Now, Monster Cat was just an ordinary cat until one day it was ran over by a radioactive bus, where then, from that day forward, it became Monster Cat and drove around the city and picked up elderly ladies so that it could drop them off at a cat center so that they could pick up some cats. Nah, I'm just kidding. In actuality, Monster Cat is a normal cat with the ability to fuse with any object, which, basically just makes it into a Rotom, but a cat. And it's Rotom Cat, dude. How can you not like Rotom Cat? Also, Monster Bus just kind of reminds me of Morgana Bus, and that immediately makes it awesome. So, number 7, because I said so. Now, number 6 goes to Miss Joke. This beautiful lady is just a fascinating character. Her quirk is so off the wall. There's nobody else that has something like it. It makes your opponents laugh. How is that not awesome? And she hits on Aizawa. How is that not awesome? Sadly, we only ever see her for one arc, but it would have been awesome to see her in grandiose fights like All Might versus All For One, just cracking All For One shit up, and then All Might comes in and decks him in the face, or even somebody like Stain, Stain sitting there like, I am here to kill everybody that's not a true hero XD lol. That would have been cool, but we never got to see it. I also chose Miss Joke because she's capable of something I'll never be able to achieve. Being funny. Now I'm gonna be straight up with you guys on this next one. Number 5, Takuto. I purely picked Takuto because of how he looks. I mean, just look at him, dude. Look at him. He's got like a beak and teeth. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be a bird? I mean, Tokoyami looks like a bird. Takuto looks like a nightmare. I mean, that's a face only a mother could love. And also me. Because I goddamn love it. I can't imagine what it was like to give birth to Takuto's skull. Now next at number 4, we have another character from the Two Heroes movie, and his quirk is basically Baraka from Mortal Kombat, except it's metal instead of bone. But, I mean, literally none of that matters because his name is Swordkill. Need I say more? I mean, literally, that's the most badass name ever. It gets straight to the point. What's this guy about? Swordkill. That's what he's about. I mean, it's so genius that it actually inspired me to rename some other characters to maybe spice them up. Here we have Explode Die. This one's Punch Break. Hot Frog. Alright, I think that's enough. Now, next up at number 3 is a dude who's a party animal. And I'm not talking about Michelangelo. I'm talking about our boy, Dataro Sakaki. I mean, this guy could get you buzzed without even needing to drink a beer. His quirk name is Slosh. This dude is hammered 24/7. He's basically a keg stand turned into a villain. And I mean, you can't get more cool than that. Though, the one time we saw him in the anime, he completely got his ass beat after using his quirk on Mirio, so that makes him a little lame. And also, he's in the same squad as Kendo Rappa, who is a literal badass. So I don't really know how you compete with that. So yeah, that puts him at number 3. Now next up at number 2 is everybody's favorite, Thousand Eyes. I mean, this guy basically looks like the Lens of Truth from Zelda if they got turned into a My Hero Academia villain. His appearance sort of looks like paper with a bunch of eyeballs on it. He looks like an origami project gone rogue, which, you know, that could be his backstory. He was not born you know, from a mother or a cesarean section. He was created by paper in, you know, like a kindergarten or something. That could be the story that we go with. Now, just like our boy Chomper, Thousand Eyes also got his name and quirk abilities from that My Hero Academia phone game I mentioned earlier. And his quirk has something to do with like shooting out runes and paper planes and stuff like that. Kind of like Conan from Naruto. But, you know, I think if you just splash a little bit of water on him, he probably won't be fighting for too long. So that puts him at number 2. Now, finally, at number 1, it's everybody's favorite feathery friend. And I'm sure you already know who I'm talking about just from saying that. I'm, of course, talking about Takahiro, baby! Look at him! Look how cool he is! He's a bird! He's an entire bird! Not like this jackass over here. He goes the extra mile. He's an entire hawk. You can't get better than that. And, you know, there's some other heroes in the show or whatever that might go by a name that associates them with birds or have wings or whatever, but Takahiro is the only true bird superhero. So him and Birdman from Rick and Morty are the best tag team, and anybody else can eat crow. Get it? But also at the same time, I'm sure if he got hit by Endeavor full blast, he'd probably turn rotisserie. But he's number 1, baby! And just like that, the list is complete, guys. That is the top 10 My Hero Academia characters. No complaints, no arguments. This is not subjective. This is a fact. And if you disagree with that, then I'm gonna have to hear your opinions in the comments section because honestly, I can't be wrong. And these guys are just the coolest. I mean, did you see Chomper? Were you paying attention when I said Chomper? So yeah. But anyways, if you guys like this list and you'd like to see more of my amazing opinions, just let me know and I'll gladly make more. See you guys later, and go plus ultra on that subscribe button.